Hey, welcome to Dub's Garage. Got a new project in the works, and I thought I'd explain some of my other projects before I get started on the new one. So, this is my father's 1952 Chevrolet pickup. He bought this in 1965, 63 time frame from a local gentleman. And him and my grandfather, his dad, traded it back and forth 2 or 3 different times, and we ended up with it eventually, and I picked it up in '83, just getting out of high school, and tore it down and did all kinds of different things to it. So I put a V8 motor in it and a small block Chevy with a turbo 350 and a posi differential. It's everything stock. It's not a hot rod, or a fast car. It's a joy to drive. I've done a lot of different upgrades to it. I've done most everything myself to the pickup. Okay, this is the '79 Harley Davidson Bobber. It's started life as a Sportster. I bought this from my cousin's estate, and it was basically all in a basket, so I drug it back here to the shop and got it all fixed up, and it's kind of a remembrance of my cousin. Him and I were pretty tight, so it didn't take a lot. I just kind of put it together and got it to where it would run, and when I feel like I'm missing him, I come out to the shop and kind of play around with it. So anyway, it's fun to drive, and just really enjoy reminiscing. So we do go to some car shows and pick up a few prizes here and there. So if there's not very many cars there, I'll end up coming home with a prize. This year we were at the Hooker, Oklahoma car show, and we placed top 10 in the trucks and top 5 in the motorcycles. And I've been to that car show for about 4 times now, 3 or 4 times, and never picked anything up. So if I don't win another trophy the rest of the time I'm doing this, I would be more than happy, because that really meant a lot. So for the next project, I've been tracking down my great-grandmother's 1948 Chevy business coupe. This was her second car that she ever owned. She traded in, or family lore says she traded in a Model A for this car. My uncle bought it from her in the late 50s, somewhere in there, before she passed away. And I'm not sure how he got the car, but he had it for a long time. I remember as a kid riding in this car with my cousins and going to the dry riverbeds around the Oklahoma Panhandle, hunting arrowheads and stuff like that. So with all my cousins, and we had a really good time in that car, and I never knew that the car was her car. So, and I don't ever remember meeting her, because I think I was about 3 or 4 years old when she passed away in the 60s, 69. So anyway, my uncle, I found out all of this here 2 or 3 years ago, and that this was her car, and my uncle had said that he had sold it to a guy from just down the street. So I told Dad that, yeah, you know what, we probably ought to get that back in the family. And so he said, well, he knows the guy, and we ended up over there one Sunday after lunch, and we found it. And so made the guy an offer, and or he made me an offer, basically, and said he's tired of fooling with it, and his health is failing since he's, getting to be older. And I thought, well, let's get it. I may not be able to work on it right away, but it'll be my next project once we get the Mustang done.